Congratulations. Today I have Kamran Khozan from CVMR, who I was just commenting to. You basically changed the entire way that anyone can finance a critical minerals deal moving forward.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Um, we are trying hard. Uh, we've been trying for 40 years, and finally, the technology, the financial community, and the mining community are at a stage where they can marry each other in developing something that has not been done before. So, in that respect, um, I'm very happy that we can do this. As you know, one of the major problems of the mining companies, especially small to medium-sized companies, is finding finance for what they are trying to do. This probably will solve that problem.
Now, let's just hit the ground running because I have a lot of questions, starting with you are talking about becoming the largest critical minerals conglomerate with your new partnership with FINATRADES. Can you tell us a little bit more about FINATRADES and how you found them?
I have known the principal of FINATRADE uh, for almost 3 years now. They are based in DIFC, the financial community of Dubai, and in Switzerland. They have a very good reputation. They've been in commodity trading for a long time. They are in banking for a long time. And together we worked on a series of principles, series of systems that Mr. Reda Rami finally brought all that together. And he was kind enough to travel to Toronto to meet with us and brought his entire family, which I was very pleased to meet for third time. Um, and this is where we signed the agreement.
So, for those of you out there going, wait, what's going on here? This week saw an unusual partnership between a Canadian mining technology and fintech platform aiming to turn mined commodities into digital metal assets. And as Jack Lifton said when the news broke, he said, this has been tried many times before, but never by a powerhouse like this before. And of course, you referenced FINATRADE being Dubai and Swiss based. So can you tell us a little bit more about was there a catalyst for putting this deal together, or is there a target acquisition, AKA deal that you're planning on doing, or can you comment on that?
There are a number of mineral resources that FINATRADE already has, mostly in precious metals. But I wanted to extend that beyond precious metals. Precious metals, as you know, has been done before. And the good thing, for instance, about gold is that gold in the ground is as more or less valuable as when it's out. The price range changes, of course, but the value is there. Gold is gold, whether it's in the ground or in your hand. As long as you own it, it's secure and it's proven. Um, Other metals, critical metals, um, do not have that status. And we tried to give them that status. And I think finally we have managed to do that through this system that we've created.
Well, there's so many items that we can touch on here, but again, I'm reading that the idea is to back each cryptographic token one-to-one with a stockpile of refined metal, just like you were talking about. We touched on nickel ingots, cobalt powder, rare earth oxides, and uranium. Did we get this right, or what are we missing?
No, basically there are 36 different metals that CVMR is capable of refining, and those were the targets. All the critical metals that you know so well, including rare earth, plus nickel, iron, cobalt, and so on, are part of this parcel. we are not going to stop there. Just because CVMR only does 36 different metals doesn't mean that's the end of it. If we can progress with this system, we can do this for the entire industry. Whoever wants to do this is welcomed into the system, and we can help them finance it, refine their metals, and also market them. We are also involved in marketing this. As you know, LME is now Chinese owned, and most of the trading is done out of Shanghai. We are trying to compete with that a little bit. Out of Texas, out of Tirana, Albania, and London itself. This system will creep into these 3 locations that I just mentioned, including Toronto, maybe 4 locations. And we will change the pricing, distribution, supply, and marketing of all these metals in a totally different way. One of the problems that most businessmen face, and the cryptocurrency gurus advocate, is doing things under the radar and skipping taxes. We are trying not to do that. We like to pay our taxes. We are planning to be, and we have been so far, good citizens wherever we are. And as you know, Tracy, we are in 22 different countries, and we like to keep the host countries happy with us, pay our taxes, pay our share of whatever it is that we have agreed to do, and at the same time, facilitate the financing of all these ventures in a proper way. Blockchain, something that is traceable, you know where the origin is, you know that these institutions that belong to this system have a good human rights track record, and the elements that come out of the system are clean, environmentally, from a human rights point of view, and from a government regulation and taxation point of view. This, I have to insist, is also new within this system. We are not trying to be clever and dodge things. And as you know, the block chain does not allow deviations very much. So we are out there, wide open. Anybody who wants to investigate, audit the system is more than welcome.
And of course, another significant attribute to this news is finally critical minerals that are famous for pricing issues. Okay.
Yes.
This will help sort that out and allow there to be a transparency with critical mineral pricing. Is this correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You put your finger on it. I want to know if I'm buying cobalt, um, how much is it? Where does it come from? How was it mined? How was it refined? What chain of supply it went through? How was it insured? Before I can get my hand on it and buy a ton of it and use it in my factory. This system that we have devised allows you to trace all that and more.
Well,
It gives the market a stable pricing for all these metals that cannot deviate too much. I mean, the price goes up, usually, one hopes, but it doesn't go up and down, and you cannot arbitrage on those prices in different markets.
well, frankly, this is the game changer I have been hoping for quite some time. So congratulations for putting this deal together. But also, I did hear you say that CVMR is in 22 countries, but the work that you're doing in Africa is stupendous. Can you talk a little bit about how this will impact, emerging growth countries like Africa?
Most of the large mining companies that go to Africa basically concentrate the ore for ease of shipment and reduction of cost. And then they ship the concentrates to their country of choice, mostly in China in these days, very few in Europe and other places. We are doing it a bit differently. We are concentrating the ores in situ, wherever the mines are, but we refine a portion, a large portion of it, maybe 50%. I'm just throwing a vague number. 50% of that in that country. The reason we are reluctant to do 100% in those countries is lack of skilled labor, a lack of infrastructure, and lack of many other things that you can imagine. However, if we start slowly in those countries and concentrate and refine the ores in those countries, and then bring some of it to North America, mostly in the United States and Canada, then we have spread the goods around, and we have helped those countries in Africa to stand up on their own feet, have a cadre of educated engineers who can help the industry, and they are not selling their resources free of charge to everybody and sit there waiting for jobs to be created. This gradual way of doing things, I think, has improved historically any country that we have been involved with. And I hope with this new system, we can do it much faster in a much more elegant way.
Very well said. So building the largest critical mineral conglomerate was the goal, which was in this announcement. You're going to be transforming a liquid mineral reserves into liquid financial assets. And of course, you're opening new liquidity channels for financings for many of these projects and countries. They
Yes.
have the minerals, but they don't have the money. They don't have the cash.
Yes.
So is there anything else that you would like to add? I know your time is invaluable about this
Thank you.
particular news release.
No, thank you, Tracy. Thank you very much. One of the things that I like to emphasize is we are not trying to get the business out of IMF and World Bank. We're not that ambitious. But the way we finance these things does not put the host countries in Africa, especially, in a straitjacket financially. It does not have the hooks in them the way, for instance, conditions imposed on these countries come when these international banking institutions impose certain things, how the country should behave, what they should do. For instance, I give you an example. A lot of the African countries could be self-sufficient in agriculture. But when international banking system goes in, they impose for these countries to produce cash crops. And that reduces their self-sufficiency in agriculture. Means there are a lot of hungry people that are producing sugar and other things that are not consumable in a healthy way. Our banking system does not impose those conditions on a country. We have nothing to do with GDP and level of income. What we do instead, from inside, we create jobs, we create technology, we educate, we are related to the universities, we spread our goods around, we pay our taxes. And that, I think, it might take, with this system, much less time. But it does take some time to make these countries self-reliant and get out of this doldrum they're stuck in. That is my hope. that is what we intend to do. And we have, to a certain extent, done that so far.
Well, for those of you wondering what 36 critical minerals that CVMR deals with, please go to the following website. Kamran, congratulations on this very disruptive and exciting news. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Much appreciated.